All right, the measurement needed for these, the major two measurement that you need is the length of the trousers and the hip, your hip measurement. That's the two major one that you need. So let's start. First, I rule this because I'm going to cut this out. This black part, I'm going to cut it out. So what you're going to do next is to fold your fabric. And how do you know the fabric, the amount of fabric you're going to fold? Divide your hip by 4. Divide it by 4, and then add 5 inches or 6, 5 to 6 inches. If you want it bigger, fine, but 5 to 6 inches to it. So my hip is 48 divided by 4, that's 12, and plus 5 inches, so that'll be 17. So what I folded here is 17. So let's start. So from the waist here, divide your hip by 4, which is 12. Add 2 inches to it, so that'll be 14. Mark it like this. Then to get your crouch length, divide your hip by 4, and then for proper hips, because it's a big trouser, you will add 2 inches to it. Well, I'm adding 1.5 because I don't want it to be too big. So this is 12, and then plus 1.5, that will be 13.5. But remember that you're going to be adding the band. So the band, like 2 inches, so you're going to take it away from this crouch. So where we have 13.5 now, minus 2.5 though, so that will be 11.5. 13.5 minus 2, sorry, so it will be now be 11.5. So what I'm going to measure here is 11.5, putting the waist band into consideration. So I'm going to mark 11.5 here. So rule it. So when you're done with that, the mark here, extend it down to the crouch length that you have measured, just like I did. So extend it down and then you stop here. So how do you get your crouch extension? Your hip divided by 4. So whatever thing you get, divide it by 4 too. Whatever thing you get, divided by 4. So I got 12 here, so divided by 4, 12 divided by 4 will give you 3. Yeah, 12 divided by 4, 3. So the hip extension is going to be 3. So we should have the line here. Measure 2 inches up here and here, just ½ inch, then connect it. I hope you can see it. Measure 2 inches up here and then half at this tip here, then you connect it together. And that is all for the measurement at the upper part. Now the down part, I don't want it to be too big. Like I said, I have my measurement. If you want it like a baggy trouser, you can leave it like this, or you only shape it from here by 1 inch at the down part. But I don't want it to be too big, so I'm going to be shaping mine. So I've measured the length here. The length is 43. So if you take away the 2 inches for the band from the length, that will be 41. So add 2.5 to it, which will be for the folding and the joining to the band. 2 to fold, you're going to add 2.5. So I've added 2.5 here. So all I have here is 43.5. So I've taken away the band from it. So from this side, you will now measure 1. Can you see it like that? Okay. From this side, you measure 1. You can use 1 or 1.5. So I am using 1.5. So from that 1.5 that you measure here, this 1.5 that I measured here, I want the down part to be 22 all round. 22. Like I said, if you want it like exactly like a baggy, you just shape it from this one that you measure here. You can leave it like that or shape it a little bit here, or you leave it the way it is. It is baggy, as in very big trouser, but I don't want my own to be big, like I said. So I want the down part to be 22 inches. So divided by 2, 22 divided by 2, that will be 11. So from this place that I measure, I am going to be measuring 11. So I mark it like this. So this is the line I'm going to connect up there, and then this one to the other side too. So I'll connect it to this one. Guess you can see it. Okay, I'll connect it to this like this. It will get to this line. Then the second one too, I'll add it. You can see it from here. You add it. So that is all for the front part. So let's go to the back part. So I've cut the front piece and I place it on the back piece. Now, to know what to fold, the amount of fabric to fold for the back, just add 3 or 3.5 inches to what you folded for the front. I folded 17 from the front, so the back now is 20. So that is what you're going to fold. So you're going to place it on it like this, and then from the crotch extension here, I'm using 3. So what I have here is 3, the crotch extension here, and then at the upper part here you had 2 inches. So roll it, and then down, right from the down part too, you had 2 inches there. So at the crotch extension here, measure 1 inch in, and here 2 inches up. Connect 1 inch here, then 2 inches, then connect the 2 together. At the upper part here, add 1.5. For those that are on the big side, you will add 1.5 here. One and a half here, and then cut it, connect it rather. I said cut it. Connect it together, and to this as well. You can see what I did there. Add 1.5 here, where you measure the crotch. 1.5, then connect it to the side waist here, and then connect it to the 2 that you extended here, and that is all. So this is the ashoke that I'm using for the pocket. It's just one strand of ashoke. So I'm going to cut the pocket now. The length of the pocket by the side that I want to use is 9 inches. So remember that I'm going to fold at the top and then the down part. So I'll be cutting 11 inches. That's 9 inches plus 2. That'll be 11 inches. So I've cut the pocket. This is 11 inches. Right. So the cover of the pocket, which will be at the top like this, is 3 inches plus 2. You're going to measure 3 inches, then add 2 inches to it for folding as well. So what I'm going to be cutting out is 5. So I've folded the edges there. So we're going to place it on the trousers now. Now, for you to know where to place it on your trouser, measure your waist to your knee point. My own waist to my knee point is 22. so 22. So where this is joined at the middle, I've joined the front and the back together. So where I join it here, you guys have joined it together. So at the middle where I join it, measure your waist to knee. Remember to take the 2 inches for band out of it. So mine is 22, so minus that, so I'm going to measure 20 now here. So mark that where 20 is, and then go down from that 20 point by 3. Mark it. That is where the pocket is going to stay, like this. If you want it to go a bit down, you can do that, but this is where I want mine to be. So I'm going to place it here, and then the cover will now be here. So this is the cover. So you sew the cover very close to where this stops to, so that it will just be on top like this. So, and this is how. Then you sew it at the normal place you're supposed to sew a pocket, so you sew it round. So I am done fixing the pocket. So the next thing now is to measure the waist round. Whatever thing you get there, that is what you use to cut your band. You're going to measure the waist round like that. So I've measured mine, and I've cut the waistband out. Now after cutting, what I cut here is the width is 5 and the length is what I measured round the waist. So fold the 5 into 2, just like I did here. Measure half up that you're going to use to join, and then the remaining you divide by 3, because I'm using a tiny rubber, not the 2 inches band rubber. So I'm using a tiny rubber, so I'm going to divide this by 3, 3/4, 3/4. So you're going to sew this round. You use your machine to sew it straight down like that. This place too, you sew it, and this place too, this down. So after sewing, we'll now insert our rubber in. So to know the length of rubber to cut, divide minus 10 to 12 inches, 12 inches from your waist measurement. So my waist measurement is 42, and I'm using 30. So you're going to cut 30 in 3 places and insert it in. That's what I'm doing here. You insert it first row, second row, and the third row. So the remaining half here is what you're going to join to the trouser. So I'm done. This is what the outcome is, and then fix it to your band. This is it.